So conversations happening on the international level, and Secretary of State Marco Rubio is also talking to foreign leaders. Mr. Rubio doubled down on the president's decision, saying the markets, he says, well, they'll recalibrate and that it will happen in the coming days. Here's what he had to say.
I don't think it's fair to say economies are crashing. Markets are crashing because markets are based on the stock value of companies who today are embedded in modes of production that are bad for the United States. We have to be a country that thinks we're the largest consumer market in the world, and yet the only thing we export is services. And we need to stop that. We need to get back to a time where we're a country that can make things, and to do that we have to reset the global order of trade.
The other part of my question.
Well, the worst thing is to leave it the way it is forever. I mean, just can't continue. We can't continue to be a country that doesn't make things. We have to be able to make things to provide jobs for Americans. That's it. It's that simple. China is an example. I mean, it's outrageous. I mean, they don't consume anything. All they do is export and flood and distort markets, in addition to all the tariffs and barriers they put in place. So the president rightly has concluded that the current status of global trade is bad for America and good for a bunch of other people, and he's going to reset it, and he's absolutely right to do it.
All right, so all of these conversations are happening at high levels, right? You're seeing what Donald Trump is saying right there on social media, saying this would be the perfect time for Fed Chairman Jerome Powell to do something. He says he's always late, but he could now change his image, and quickly. He called on the Federal Reserve Chairman to cut interest rates. The president went on to say, quote, he is always late, but he could now change his image and cut interest rates. Jerome, and stop playing politics, exclamation point. Now, moments ago, Federal Reserve Chief Jerome Powell had this to say about the impact on your taxes. Take a listen.
It is now becoming clear that tariff increases will be significantly larger than expected. And the same is likely to be true of the economic effects, which will include higher inflation and slower growth.
All right, so let's go live to Market Watch reporter Isabel Wang. Isabel, what do you make of these comments from Mr. Powell?
Yeah, I would say these retaliatory tariffs could really harm the U.S. economy by really squeezing company profits and raising costs for American consumers. And this morning, we just got a batch of jobs reports showing that economy is holding up pretty well. So investors actually since yesterday have been waiting for Jerome Powell to really comment on the current economic conditions and what that impact the Federal Reserve's interest rate cutting cycle later this year. But for now, I would say this is the moment that the financial market really needed today's number. Like everyone really knows that an economic slowdown is about to happen, but at least right now they can be reassured that the labor market was still holding up okay, at least before this week's Trump's tariffs. But I would say this could be just like a moment of calm before the storm. Like we still don't really know what's going to happen next.
2025 jobs report. Some people saying that that's a little bit of a sigh of relief here on this day when the Dow is down. What do you say?
Well, we still don't really know because I mean, we just got China said on Friday that it will impose reciprocal 24% tariffs on all imports from the US from April 10th, and we still don't really know what that's going to mean for US businesses and consumers because for example, China is the largest overseas market for many farm products from the states such as soybeans and corn. Those levies from China could really impact US farmers, hit agricultural companies and local suppliers that sell their equipment. And for companies in tech and retail sectors, especially those with larger consumer bases in China, they may see declining sales due to higher prices for American products. So the economic impact of those tariffs is still really unclear.
Isabel with Market Watch, we appreciate your perspectives. You have a good Friday. Thank you so much.